Medication, your medication makes me high. Just be patient. I'm like a patient trying to find levitation.
Hey guys, welcome back. It's your lady Ray Ray. Today I'm going to show you how to make body butter. All natural, organic, and good for your skin. First, you're going to need a mason jar. This was what I always use. This is the one I always use. Has one of those tension closes like that. So that's good stuff. And you're gonna want to use something like this. Also, maybe even put the twist lid on and cap it when you put it in your hot water, okay? Second, you're gonna want to have shea butter. And this is the one that I use. It is organic. And it's just a big brick. Cruelty-free, raw, all that good stuff. Then we're gonna have my cocoa butter, raw, organic. And they come in little chips. It's easier for the melting process. So it's kind of preferred by me. But if you can't get the chips, go ahead and feel free to get the bricks. So here's my peppermint oil that I'm also going to put in there. And there's also tea tree oil in this that I've mixed in. It's 100% pure, natural, therapeutic grade, all that good stuff. And the reason I put that in there is not for its scent, but the tea tree oil and the peppermint help to keep your cocoa butter from going rancid. The thing about doing all natural, organic, and all that stuff is preserving these sorts of things is a little bit more difficult because when you get your creams and lotions from the manufacturers, they put their chemicals in it to preserve it. What we don't want to do is chemically preserve our organic body care products. So I use a little bit of tea tree oil and peppermint oil to help with that. What I am going to use for the smell is sweet orange, 100% essential oil, no alcohol in there, and that's going to help with some of the scents because some people find the smell of cocoa butter and coconut oil kind of offensive, and when you mix them together they kind of smell a little different, they smell a little weird. So I know I find it that way sometimes too, and a lot of people who smell it think it smells off. So I'm hoping the sweet orange works. I've tried lavender before, and the lavender, in my opinion, did not help that smell. So I'm mixing it up this time. I've tried lemongrass before. Lemongrass just irritates my skin. So sweet orange it is. Oh no! Oh, look what you did! So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little bit more cocoa butter than shea butter. The shea butter seems to have more of a mild, but I think a mild scent, but when I mix them together, I think the shea butter is what makes it smell a little off. So I'm going to show you how my cocoa butter chips come out. They come out like this, already cut. And I'm just going to drop it into my container, as you can see. And I'm going to drop a lot of that in there. And I'm hoping with the coconut, with the cocoa butter chips and the sweet orange, I'm hoping that will mix very well. If you get really large chips, I recommend breaking them up even more so, which I'm doing right now. So now that you've seen my cocoa butter chips, here is the shea butter. And it's pretty cold right now, being winter and all, and being that nobody really puts their heat on high. So it's a little stiff, so you gotta kind of maneuver it, but it's usually going to be pretty soft if it's raw, organic, as a lot of fillers. So I'm just going to keep taking off little bits and adding it to my jar that I am going to kind of double boil. I have my water lightly boiling right now. Not a huge boil, more like a medium simmer. Yeah? Do you? Okay. I think so too. Just really gotta maneuver it. And I kind of roll them up, make little balls, kind of like a cookie dough consistency. Cookie, oh, you got excited for that, didn't you? So the butters are going to be very thick, and I don't like a body butter that's that thick. So what I'm going to do, once I get this off my hands, is I'm going to add liquid stuff. This is grapeseed oil. If you don't want to use olive oil, you can use grapeseed oil. And personally, I like grapeseed oil a little bit better because olive oil has a bit of a scent to me as well. And grapeseed oil has no scent. Here so far is my mixture. It's pretty much filled to the top. So I'm gonna put some grapeseed oil in there just to keep it loose. I'm gonna add a lot of it to get my consistency that I want out of my cocoa butter and shea butter mixture, because it's really thick, and if you live in a colder climate, it's going to be harder to get out. I want it to be more of a creamy consistency. Coconut oil. And coconut oil also has a bit of a scent too, but it's mild compared to some of the other stuff that I put in there. So my coconut oil is Kirkland's. And it's organic, cold pressed, unrefined, all that good stuff. Like I said, it's cold where I'm at, so my coconut oil is pretty solid. But it melts very quickly when you, quickly. Really? Yeah. Really? Yeah, you gotta see it. So, right now, you can see that, without me spilling it. I've got all my butters in there, I've got my coconut oil in there, and I've got my grapeseed oil in there. I'm gonna add some more coconut oil. Coconut oil is antifungal, in a lot of ways antibacterial, and it's just good all around for your skin. It's easily absorbed in hair, easily absorbed in the skin, which is another reason why I choose it. Shea butter and cocoa butter is a little, I keep wanting to call it coconut butter. Cocoa butter is kind of a little bit more difficult to rub in and to absorb into your skin. Thank you. And so that's another reason why I'm using coconut oil, even though it's hardened, as another carrier oil for my butters, because it'll help absorb in the skin a lot easier. I think the butters might leave your skin feeling a little oily, a little greasy, so coconut oil really helps with that. I'm pretty much filled to the top. You can see there's still some air bubbles in there and stuff like that, so it'll melt down and it's not gonna be like spilling over. And so now I'm gonna add about 10 drops, there it is, of my sweet orange oil. My ears hurt now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And they're liberal. Whatever. So, that smells so good. Put like 2 more drops in there. That was 12 drops. And then my peppermint oil and tea tree oil mix, I'm gonna add about, you know, I can't really get the dropper to work. So I'm gonna eyeball it, which is probably not the best thing, but that's what I'm going to do. That's good. Alright guys, let's go back over these ingredients. So I have my shea butter, the USDA organic, cold pressed, cruelty-free, all that jazz. I have the African ivory one. I got that from Amazon. I gotta get most things. I got my virgin coconut oil, cold pressed, unrefined from Costco. And I got that big jar, you know, it's good for everything. And then I have my raw cocoa butter, organic and all of that good jazz. It also is from Amazon. Again, Costco coming through with my grapeseed oil for my softener of my cocoa, of my body butter. And then here is all the ingredients mixed in the jar, sealed and ready to get lightly steamed in the little double boiler, which is not really double boiler. I'm just going to put it in some hot water. And here is the orange essential oil and my peppermint oil and tea tree oil mix. And here is the water. It's a lot of water, and if you can see the oil on top, I had a boo-boo. So one good thing is keep your lid closed, like I said, when you're doing this. And not just keep your lid closed, but don't put too much water in it. So now that it's boiling, I'm actually going to take it off the heat. And I'm just going to put it in hot water. It wasn't really boiling, it was simmering. It is hot. It's very hot. And the reason why you want this to slowly melt your blend, you don't want it to cook it, just to slowly melt it. And so I just put it in a little slowly, hopefully it won't crack, because I've had that happen as well. There we go. And I'm just going to let that sit, and it's going to sit for a while, and it's going to turn into a liquid, and then it's going to solid back up. So I'm going to come back and forth, stir, back and forth and stir, and I'm going to show you the finished product. So this is my finished product, guys. It came out a little different than I expected, not as creamy, but the smell is not bad. If you look inside here, it's kind of pearls. Yeah, it kind of looks like little pearls. And it absorbs really good into the skin really quickly. And right now it's pretty cold in the house, so it doesn't leave really a greasy feeling. And you don't need to use much at all. You will get some good coverage for quite some time. So there you guys have it. I am very liberal with some of my quote-unquote measurements. I don't really measure anything when I'm cooking. I don't really measure anything when I'm making my home care products, because I find that when I stick to a recipe, it doesn't really suit my personal needs. So I do everything personalized. As you saw, I used a personalized jar. It lasts me anywhere from maybe even 3 months for my whole family. And I can get a lot of use out of that. It lasts so long, it feels so good on the skin. It takes all the dry skin away. I live in a high altitude, dry climate, cold, bitter cold, and it helps us tremendously. I use it on my hair, I use it on my hair ends, I use it on my daughter's hair, I use it on our feet, our arms, head to toe, everything it's good for. Sometimes I even use it on my lips because it's all natural, it's all organic, and it's all good for us. So I hope you enjoyed that, and if you did, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Until then, I'll see you next time. Take care.